Castle Crazies in the house and ready to rock it. Final regular season contest for the Preston Knights here in the Castle, and one we didn't think was going to happen, quite frankly. Bridgeport Indians come to town. The one-loss Bridgeport Indians now, courtesy of Coach Dave Retton and the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears, who played the Indians twice in 48 hours, lost the first one, won the second one last night in what I hear was a real crowd-pleasing game in a packed house down at Fairmont.
Yeah, we got caught up in part of that traffic coming out of
there.
there.
The traffic was horrible. Got to believe that, and we were coming back from Lincoln, got to believe that the Knights' big win at Lincoln was a boost for them, and hopefully that the Indians come in here a little bit of a downturn into the season. They're thinking about postseason play, but they've got this last conference game to get in against Preston. Now they've got some pride. They've got to want to get back on the horse and win. I kind of wonder if the one man missing from the Indian lineup that you're going to tell us about in a minute might have a whole lot to do with what happened last night and a whole lot more with what's about to happen here in the Castle.
That's right. They lost Dante Bamico last night. He's out with an illness. We're not real sure if that wasn't part of the problem why they fell to West Fairmont last night. It was a big deal for them to not have him in the starting lineup. Hunter Haddix will take his place tonight. And we're about ready to go with the national anthems. We're going to take it out on the floor, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. As we were talking just a little earlier, Hunter Haddix will take the place of Bonamico tonight in the starting lineup for the Indians. And they'll be relying mainly on their 6'7" center. That's Nick Greeley. He's the man in the paint. He's a junior, well-versed as the center for them. They'll be also using John Will Fong, 6'2" senior, along with Chase Roby and Donald Cummer tonight.
Yeah, and one has to believe that Bonamico is going to be, his presence is going to be sorely missed. I think he's the guy who is the main ball handler and ran the half-court offense. And not to say that Haddix is not well-versed in the offense or talented, but I think we're going to see a lot different pace from the Indians with Bonamico not on the floor, because he played just about every minute of every game in that long stretch of 18 wins that they had coming into last night's game at Fairmont Senior. And obviously there was a big difference between the last game he played against the Polar Bears and then the game that was played without him against the Polar Bears. A big swing in point differential there, and it wasn't just due to the fact that the Polar Bears were playing at home.
Coomer out onto the floor for the Indians, followed by Chase Roby. And there's the big man, Nick Greeley, 6'6" junior.
Greeley's going to be a big challenge for Matt Vero and the rest of the crew to try and handle here tonight. And we saw the Knights get in foul trouble early on the front line at Lincoln. They can ill afford to do that tonight against the Indians.
Hunter Haddix and John Wilfong rounded out the starting lineups. Now we're ready for our Preston Knights. Out first, number 32, Spencer Lively. He's followed up by number 3, Brandon Black. Richie Ringer, or Jared Ringer out tonight.
You're going old school.
I'm going old school. And followed up by Matt Vero. And rounding out the starting 5, Casey Murray.
And Murray played a huge role in that win down at Lincoln last night, giving the Knights a lot of help along the baseline when Vero got seriously in foul trouble so early in the contest. And managed to keep his wits about him and stay in there and play. But the Knights also suffering a little bit on the bench with not quite a full contingent of seniors here as we play this last contest today and tomorrow, and that's it. That's all she wrote for the regular season. It's amazing how quickly this has come and gone, Terry.
Oh, my. We've got a good one, a barn burner here tonight as the Bridgeport Indians, in some eyes rated number 1 in AA, step foot in the castle. And here we go for tip-off. And the tip was recovered by the Knights.
Yeah, controlled nicely by Matt Vero there.
Murray brings it into the front court. Brandon Black will set the offense. Indians in a man-to-man pressure defense. Vero with the ball. He looks for Lively. Lively guarded closely by Haddix. They find Murray cutting in. He misses the layup. And rebound out to Bridgeport. They're on the run. The drive all the way into the paint. Lay up a shot. No good. Roby misses that. And here comes Ringer. Ringer down to Lively. Lively with the spin move into the paint. Up. No good. Off the back iron. And a scramble for the ball underneath and a tie-up. Possession arrow to Bridgeport.
And it's obvious here early. You see the Indians crash the boards on the defensive end hard, and they're bringing 4 men down there around the basket, trying to deny Preston any second chance opportunities.
Roby gives it up to Coomer. Coomer over back to Roby. He's looking inside. They're trying to get the ball down into Greeley. He's at the high post. Sets a ball screen. Down on the baseline, a little floater, no good. Rebound Lively. Here comes the Knights. Brandon Black with possession. Just across the timeline. Sets it up. Over to Lively.
We're a minute and a half into the first quarter here. No score on either side of the board right now.
Lively will take a 3 from way outside. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Nice job by Spencer Lively there, and that breaks things onto the board in a big way for the Knights. 3-zip, 6:14 on a turning clock.
Bridgeport misses a chance at a 3. That was Haddix. He had a good look at it from the top of the key. Rebound Knights, Lively with it out front. Looking for a ball screen. Works off of that, drives down all the way. Lays it up for 2. Spencer Lively working hard against Greeley. Greeley just missed that off his outstretched arms. Now Bridgeport right back. Good move that time by Roby.
Nice extension. He did a good job shielding Vero away from him. Used the basket and reversed on that one.
Lively back again all the way to the paint, drives it up, lays it up hard. Doesn't stick this time. Bridgeport on a quick run out, and we get a foul on Matt Vero as he was trying to stop John Wilfong as he went into the basket.
Nice look at the quick transition there by the Indians. You see just how fast they got down court that time, and obviously well versed in that fast break.
Roby makes the first of two. 5-3, Preston. Second one's in. Now Bridgeport with full court pressure. They get the Ringer. Ringer drives it up past half court, gets it over to Casey Murray. He's down deep. He has to kick it back out front, set the offense. Brandon Black lets one go, and he tickles the ivory. Big three by Brandon Black. Right back comes Coomer with his first three of the ball game.
Hey, they're going to have the green light here tonight, put on a shooting clinic if possible.
Ringer with the ball back to Black. Black looks to set up the offense. Ringer thought about it. Back over to Black. Lively right at the middle, right at the foul line extended, puts it in for two.
4:20 on a turning first quarter clock, and here come the Indians right back down. And
Coomer right back with his second tray in a row. Ties the ball game at 10.
And Coomer is throwing those up from well beyond the arc, Terry. He's about 3 steps behind the line there when he shoots that ball.
We're going to have to get someone in his face. Black with the ball. Finds Casey Murray down on the wing. Now we got a lob to Murray. Murray's going to lay it up. Good!
Perfect timing by the Knights on that play, and now they've got to hustle back down here and try to defend against that quick Indian attack.
Wilfong just puts it up strong for two. Ties the ball game at 12. Here comes Lively right down the paint. And they're going to call walk.
A lot of contact in there in the middle on that. The official chose to focus on the footsteps of Spencer Lively.
Roby out front. They're looking for Coomer. He's got the hot hand. He's down on the baseline. Going to let it go again. Nails it. His third tray in this first period. 15-12, Bridgeport. He is on fire.
Yes, he is. And Preston can ill afford to have a repeat of the kind of performance they saw in the opening game of the season when they dared University High to shoot over top of the zone. And they just kept pouring in basket after basket. The Knights eventually are going to have to go out, as you said earlier, and challenge Kumar and not let him just have repeated free looks at the basket.
Now Lively picks up a charge. Nice job by Haddix to get in his way.
And the contact might have resulted in a blocking foul had Spencer not dropped that lead shoulder there. But when he ducked that shoulder down and went into the man, immediately it becomes an offensive foul in the mind of the official. 2:40 on a stop clock here as these two teams gather around the bench areas.
Bridgeport's fired up. They know they've come into a nice crowd, big student section on hand tonight. The Castle Crazies, and they're not afraid to shoot from down there.
Well, they were reaching very, very hard for an undefeated regular season. And obviously that's not going to happen, but they want to get back on the winning track in the worst way here. And you can see the effort that the Indians come into this game less than 24 hours from that game against Fairmont Senior that had to be very strenuous.
Down on the baseline, kick it back out front to Coomer. He's looking to get a shot. He kicks it over to Wilfong. Now we get a personal called on Jared Ringer for a reach. It's his first personal on the floor. Indians will have the ball out underneath their own basket. They get it in strong to Greeley, and Greeley gets his first deuce of the game. That comes at the 2:11 mark, 17-12 Indians.
Knights need to get control of the tempo back here and get some point production going on this possession.
C.J. Lansbury in the game now for the Knights. Ringer's going to let one go off the mark. No good. Nice rebound by Vero. Trying to find someone to get the ball to. Look for Casey Murray down in the paint. The ball was knocked out of bounds by an Indian. Knights retain possession. Brandon Black to inbounds, just under his own basket. They get it to Lansbury. Lansbury with a little turnaround, no good. Vero with the rebound. He puts it up strong. No call. Back come the Indians. Black with the steal. Now he works hard down into the front court. Out to Ringer. Ringer's going to let it go. No good. Vero with a tip in. Cleans it up off the glass.
Makes it a little tighter. It's 17-14 Bridgeport. 1:18 remaining in the first quarter. And we're going to see Spencer Lively amble down to the bench here. And with this stop and play, he's going to get back in the action of this game.
Wilfong takes a step, one too many on the far side, turns it over. Preston will bring the ball back up court with a chance to tie. Ringer finds Lively. He was looking for Black to cut on that back door, and he didn't go. Now we got Black into the stands. Ball out of bounds to the Knights.
Credit that to the quick hands of Brandon Black right there. Got that ball loose, and then it was tipped away, and he chased that one into the upper reaches of the bleachers.
Murray with the ball out front. Gets it to Black. Black covered by Roby. Black lets one go, no good. Rebound Bridgeport, here they come. See no ill effects from last night's game. They're on the move. Nice shot down in the corner by Roby. That's his second deuce. Puts him up 19-14 with 24 seconds. Lively driving down. He has three men around him. Ringer's going to let another one go. Boom! Finally, from the outside, Jared Ringer for three. That tightens it up.
That's big for the Knights. Gets it back to a two-point contest here, and now they can defend and try to make something happen.
He travels with the ball right at the end of the quarter. So the Knights down to the Indians, 19-17. That ends the first.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here for these messages from the folks that bring you Preston Knight Varsity Basketball. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. Back to action here in the Castle, where the Knights are set to take possession of the ball here, and trailing by 2 at 19-17 against the Bridgeport Indians. Time for a quick score here, and then the Knights need to hustle back, try to put some pressure on this red tide of Indian offense.
Ringer out front, taking a little air out of the basket, down to Murray. Murray back to Ringer. He's going to let it go. Off the mark, no good. Nice rebound by Vero. Fights hard underneath, lays it up for two. Matt Vero.
I'll tell you what, Matt Vero did a tremendous job right there. He was in amongst several red-clad bodies and worked his way through there. I do not know how.
Roby with it, he spins, looks, nothing there, over to Haddix. They're looking for Greeley down low. They finally find him. Vero's on him. He works into the paint. Double and triple team. And now they're going to call a personal foul.
Looked like a tie-up by Brandon Black. But they're going to call a foul on number 24, Matt Vero.
Matt wasn't even around him. Brandon Black grabbed the ball. I don't understand that call, but that's what went down. Now Vero with the rebound. He has 3 Indians around him. We've got numbers coming down the floor. Black's going to let one go from 3, and he drains it.
And you hear the response of this Castle crowd.
Big shot by Brandon Black. Knights up 22-19 with 6:37 on a turning second period clock. Down on the baseline to Haddix. Haddix finding Greeley in the paint. He just turns around, lays it up over Vero. Greeley is a handful when he's that close to the basket.
22-21 Preston with the lead and the ball.
Got a mismatch right now as we've got Greeley out on Ringer. I'm not sure on man-to-man. We should have an open man. Vero gets it back out to Black. They need to work that ball down in the paint. Greeley way outside, watching Richie Ringer. They're not going to let him get a 3 off. Put the big man on him. Ringer works him down to Casey Murray. Murray looking for Vero. Murray turns. And we're going to get a personal foul on the floor on Bridgeport's number 3. That's Logan Smith, his first personal. And that's their first team foul of the night.
Yeah, Preston with 4 team fouls right now to just 1 for the Indians. As we get set with the inbound here.
Lively, nice little turnaround move in the paint for 2. Good look by Brandon Black to find him open on that inbounds play. Coomer with it out front. Gets a ball screen, steps inside for 3, lets it go, and he's deadly. Drains another 3. That's his 4th 3 in the first half.
That knots it all up at 24 as we wind down to the 5-minute mark of the first half here, and Ringer brings it over the half-court line.
Back to Murray. Murray looks out front to Lively. Black sets the offense. Looks for a ball screen, cuts inside. Lets it go from the foul line. It's good. Brandon Black for 2. Knights up 26-24. Way down on the baseline to Haddix. Another 3 taken outside, no good, but Haddix with the rebound. He works into the paint, blocked by Vero. Now the ball's loose, and it goes out to Preston. Good defense that time by Matt Vero in the paint.
Very physical play down along the baseline there, but out of that scrum, the Knights able to get possession of the ball here. Now they've got to break the press.
Find Vero over on the side to get it up past the timeline. 4:14 on a turning clock here in the second period. Murray looks down for Lively. Lively finds Vero. He gets it up. Good. Matt Vero, another deuce. And we got a travel on Bridgeport on the other end. Bridgeport starting to make some mistakes, allowing the Knights to get back into this game.
Well, I think you're seeing the effect of the absence of Dante Bonamico, their best ball handler, not on the floor here due to illness tonight, and Preston is able to start to put a little bit of pressure on as a result of that.
Vero looks for Ringer. Ringer down to Casey Murray. Back into Vero. He's going to work down in the paint, go strong against Greeley, lays it up for another deuce. Matt Vero with his 4th double of the night. Greeley with it in the paint. He's surrounded. And they're going to get a personal foul Personal foul called against Brandon Black.
And the official waving Barry Sanders off. Telling him we're not going to discuss it. I'm just coming over here to make a call, sir.
Out on the baseline. Long three-point shot. It's good by Wilfong. Makes it a 30-27 ball game.
Couple of good shooters out there on the perimeter for Bridgeport here right now, keeping this one a close contest at the 3:08 mark of the first half.
Bridgeport knows they're in a ball game again tonight at the Castle. Oh, nice backdoor cut by Brandon Black. Lays it up and he'll be fouled. Personal foul going to go against Hunter Haddix. That's his first personal. Only the second team foul for Bridgeport in this half.
Yeah, despite the fact that there's been a lot of close contact and a lot of tight defense and beating and banging around down in the paint, they know how to do it very well.
Brandon with 2. 32-27. A drive, big spin move, turnaround, no good, off the glass, Lively with the rebound. As John Wilfong made his presence known, just could not finish. Out to Lively, out at the top of the key. Over to Black. He's going to let it go from 3 and nails it. Big shot by Brandon Black, his third triple of this second period. 35-27. Knights, and another turnover by the Indians as the crowd egging the Knights on.
Castle Crazies have been in full at-attention mode over there all night long. And they are cheering Preston on as the ball gets inbound right in front of them. And Jared Ringer is going to walk this one up over half court and then pick up the pace a bit.
Good backdoor cut by Casey Murray. Lays it up for 2. Great job. Nice cut through.
Indians were looking for Vero and lost track of Murray.
Now Greeley into the paint. He's working all over Matt Vero. And now he's blocked on the backside by Spencer Lively as he came in for the backside help and blocked Greeley as he went back up for his second attempt. Ball out to Bridgeport. Here's the dangerous one right there. Donald Coomer for his 5th tray of this first half. 37-30 Preston as they tighten it back up.
Inside a minute and a half now. Ringer to Lively.
Lively working hard down low. He's going to take a shot off the board and lays it in. Spencer Lively.
Little off balance, nice use of the glass.
Now he steals the ball. Knights back on a rundown. Behind his back, all the way into the hole, lays it up and in. Good! Spencer Lively.
That one even had a few of the Bridgeport fans behind us cheering just because it looked so nice.
Logan Smith comes right back with a big tray of his own to tighten it up. 41-33 with 44 seconds in the half. A very entertaining first half from both of these teams.
Yeah, they're both going at it full bore. They're playing wide open, both coming in on less than 24 hours of rest and really no practice or preparation time to play each other. They're just having a good old-fashioned Donnybrook out here.
That time, John Wilfong stole the ball away from Spencer Lively, drove it all the way down, and we get a blocking foul.
That's going to be on Jared Ringer. He'll pick up personal foul number 2.
Puts Wilfong to the line with 19 seconds. He's good with his first. Misses the second. Vero tips it off the board and gains possession. Time for one more shot for the Knights. Brandon Black with the ball, guarded closely by Roby. Looking for a ball screen, nothing there. He's going to let it go from way outside. Nothing. Waited just a little bit too long, Steve, to pull the trigger. And that ends the first half with our Knights up 41-34.
Preston did a nice job, Terry, at the end of the quarter there, taking advantage of miscues that they created on the Indian side of the floor and getting the ball quickly down court and getting mismatches, and Spencer Lively carrying a lot of the mail for Preston there with 2 huge baskets, and just good overall team play by the Knights here to end the first half on a positive note. Preston trying to pick up another win here and go back-to-back wins and get out of the regular season against a 19-1 team, and the Indians very much serious about trying to pick up win number 20 before the postseason.
Well, they know they're in a game. They've been Donald Coomer's been most of their offense. He has 15 points, all of them from the three-point line.
Yeah,
we're going to have to get someone in his face in the second half and slow him down. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape.
All right, well, you heard it here first. We're going to take a break for these messages. Come back, get set for second half action. Grab your snacks and your drinks and get back in that easy chair. More Preston Knight varsity basketball coming up next, right here on your hometown TV station.
Good half.
I can't watch.
Here we are back in the castle, halftime, and the Preston Knights leading by a score of 41-34 over a very good 19-1 Bridgeport Indian AA squad. I don't think AA, AAA means a whole lot at this point. Both of these teams pointing toward the postseason, but looking for that final regular season victory, the last regular season game of the 2015 season here for Preston. Good to have it at home. Good to have a nice crowd out here tonight that filled in despite the cold evening in Preston County. And nice to see the folks from Bridgeport come up and support their team as well. Preston going to have at least one more game here at home. They will host University High in the first round of sectional tournament play. That coming up on March the 4th. That's Wednesday evening. So, folks, put the supper plates down in the sink early and run out here to the castle. Get ready for a nice, probably a 7 o'clock tip-off in the castle for sectional play and postseason play. But we've got some business to attend to here. One more half of regular season basketball, and this Bridgeport Indian team is not going to go quietly into the cold Preston County night, Terry.
No, they're not. But the Knights have done a wonderful job on their leading scorer, which is Nick Greeley. He's only has 4 points. The big man has been handled well by Matt Vero and Spencer Lively coming over to double up on him. So they've kept him down.
But when you play tight inside, you give up something outside.
That's what's happened. We've let Donald Coomer just run wild on the outside. He's hit 5 threes in this first half, so we got to do something about him. On the other hand, Brandon Black and Spencer Lively are right back at it where they were last night in double figures, both with 13 points here in the first half.
Yeah,
so
they're in the groove here, so to speak, right now. Both of them had tremendous games down at Lincoln. Here tonight, they're facing a stiffer defensive challenge than they did at Lincoln, quite frankly. But they've picked up the pace and they've kept it hot. They've got this thing with the burners on full.
Yeah, Matt Vero, even with all the defense that he's playing against Greeley, he's got 8 points. So he'll be in double figures here real soon, too. That'll give us 3, and we know what happens when the Knights have 3 in double figures.
It's hard to beat Preston when they have 3 players in double figures. Folks, you can see the nice crowd here turned out. The Castle Crazies sitting on their hands for the moment, but they're going to get up and start stomping and cheering very shortly as these teams make their way back out onto the court. And we're set to go. Third quarter action here. I see they're getting up right now, getting ready to start the chant.
The Knights only with two people that's got a little bit of foul trouble. Matt Vero with 2 and Jared Ringer with 2.
That's a big turnaround from last night when Matt had 4 before halftime.
Yeah.
And struggled, mightily to stay relevant in the game, and did a good job, actually. Was able to play well into the second half down at Lincoln.
I expect the Bridgeport Indians to go right at Vero, try to get him in trouble with Greeley. Vero steps out, and here comes a long NBA 3 off the mark, no good, by Coomer.
Now that's only the second miss from beyond the arc for Coomer tonight, unofficially by my tally.
Brandon Black sets the offense, gets it to Murray. Murray out front. He gets it over to Vero, and now Brandon Black will let one go from the outside. No good. Vero tried for the rebound. It was brought down by the Indians, and they're on the run. Coomer again from the outside. Bang! There it is. His 6th 3. And he starts out the second half just about like he ended the first half.
Yeah, he doesn't lose any confidence when he misses a shot. He just comes back and gets it the next time.
Indians in a man-to-man defense. Greeley on Vero out front. Ringer has the ball. He looks for Casey Murray at the foul line. Murray drives down towards the paint. Tried to get it to Black. Off of one of the Indians, out of bounds to the Knights. 41-37, Preston.
Preston going to have to value possession of the ball here and take good care, especially when they get in traffic. The Indians are going to be grabbing and slapping at that ball.
Vero at the top of the key. Over to Black, almost stolen over there by Coomer. Now Lively takes a shot, no good. Rebound Greeley. Bridgeport on the run. Coomer out front, guarded by Black, and they're going to get Brandon Black for a reach. That's his second personal for the Knights. On the floor, ball out to Bridgeport.
Coomer's going to inbound and then try to find an open spot and get the ball back maybe.
Out front to Roby. Working off a ball screen, finds a cutter down on the baseline. And that was Wilfong cutting the baseline. And that's another personal foul on Matt Vero, his third. Picked up that personal foul. We didn't want to see that quick. They have him for 2.
Yeah, the official score has him for 2, but I believe he does have 3. I think that's a mistake on the board. No, probably not in the book.
We'll take it.
Yeah, unfortunately, but if that's the case, that'll be helpful for Matt. No, they did correct it. Vero does indeed have 3 personal fouls.
Brandon Black all the way into the paint, lays it up for 2. Nice job.
Basket comes at the 6-minute mark, gets the Knights back on the scoring track here.
They look for Coomer on a step back. He's blocked. Vero comes down with it. Good job by Brandon Black to get a hand up on Coomer on the far side. Got a fingertip on it. Casey Murray gets it to Vero at the high post. They're dogging Richie Ringer. He drives into the paint. Ball tipped out of bounds to the Knights. Good weak side help by Haddix that time. Black to inbounds, out to Ringer. He's going to let it go. Nothing but net.
Jared Ringer lights it up. 46-37 Preston, 5:18 on a turning clock. And Coomer maybe has a little bit to think about after that last defensive play. So they'll wrap it around the other way and get a 3 from the right side.
John Wilfong.
Yeah, Wilfong's not afraid to shoot that ball.
It's his second tray. Casey Murray out to Vero. He looks for Lively down low. Lively turns around, puts it in for 2. Power move. Power move by Spencer Lively. Bridgeport wanting a foul on that play. They thought Spencer used his shoulder to gain advantage.
That was more of a case of that quick first step. Now he uses his quick hands and steals one away in traffic.
Ringer's going to let it go from the outside. No good. Fight for the rebound between Haddix and Lively. The ball out off of Haddix's fingertips. And the Knights will inbounds under their own basket. Out to Vero. Vero gets it into Black. And we have a blocking foul on the baseline. Personal foul on Haddix. Should be his second personal. First team foul here in the half. Ringer out to Casey Murray. Indians well disciplined. They don't take ball fakes. They just stand right there in your face and make you drive around them. Ringer's going to back it out. They're going to make him come after him. Now some defense. They get it in to Vero. Little cross action out front. Murray lets the ball get stolen by Coomer. He'll run out all the way down. It's good. And he'll go to the line for an and one.
Coomer determined to get 3 points no matter how he does it. Nice extension on that and a good finish by the diminutive guard.
Personal foul on Casey Murray, his first. Coomer makes the and one, and the Knights with the ball. Here comes Ringer on a run out down the far end. He gets it over to Vero. Back into Murray. Out to Ringer. Lively slows it down behind his back into the paint, and we get a personal foul. He was working against Greeley, worked hard down to get a shot.
Yeah, Greeley came from behind that time, was a step late on the play.
That's only his first personal. Puts Lively to the line for the Knights.
Clock stops at 3:29 of the third period, and Spencer Lively puts the first one right in the bottom of the net.
And makes the second.
Preston breaks the 50-point barrier here with still 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the third period.
All the way in goes John Wilfong. Gets the ball up for 2 and gets the and.
And Wilfong, very determined on that drive, was taking no prisoners.
That's the third foul on Jared Ringer. He makes that, Wilfong does. Trap on Murray, he goes down on the floors, and he calls a timeout. Good move by that young man. He was trapped, nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, when he got down there on the floor, he trying to save the possession. He had his back turned to virtually everybody else on the floor. Nowhere to go with it, and that's some quick thinking right there in that situation as 2 Indians were coming to tie him up. And the possession arrow might have favored the Knights, but still not the situation you want to find yourself in right there, as they might have been able to pry that ball loose and go the other way with it. 3:05 on the stop clock as we come out of the 30-second timeout. And Murray will inbound for Preston.
Indians still in the huddle. They're going to bring them out of it. 3:05 remaining in the third period. (50-46) Knights. Here we go. Get the ball into Lively. Lively back to Murray. Murray playing a really good game tonight at the forward position. Hustling hard.
And not a lot of relief there with Spencer Murphy on the bench in the warm-ups and still fighting a nagging injury.
Jared Ringer being guarded closely. They look for Lively down low. He turns it back to Vero at the foul line, misses the shot, but stolen by Spencer Lively. Another spin move up on the glass, no good. Vero working hard. And we're going to get a foul as Greeley came down with the rebound, and Spencer, with a little shove, picks up a personal foul.
And I tell you what, that might not be a bad foul to give at that point, because Greeley looked down court and he had Coomer all alone 50 feet behind anybody in a white uniform.
Here comes Coomer. Brings it across the timeline. We've got Lindsay in the ball game now for Bridgeport. Coomer looks, nothing there. Back out front to Coomer. Looking for Greeley underneath. Nice tip by Vero, working hard against Greeley. They can't get the ball in where they want it to go because of Matt Vero. Roby with it, back down, and a three-point shot, buries it from down on the baseline. That's John Wilfong with his third tray of the night. 50-49.
He and Coomer are keeping the Indians' canoe afloat here, as Matt Vero has virtually shut down the inside game for much of the night here.
Playing hard-nosed man-to-man defense. They've stepped up the pressure on the Knights. They got back into the game. Greeley knocks it out. No, that was off of Coomer. Knights will take possession here on the sidelines. Casey Murray will inbounce. The Knights got to start setting some ball screens for each other to get free. They get Ringer open for just a second. He drives down to the baseline, and he's going to pick up a foul. Wasn't to be denied.
Clock ticks down to 1:23. And, of course, the Indians have managed to clamber back into this one by getting the clock stopped as much as possible here and getting to the line some themselves.
Chase Roby picks up the personal foul. That's only his first personal. The Indians only have 5 fouls in this entire ball game.
Hey, if I use any timeout.
Ringer makes the first.
I have 3 left. I didn't use it.
51-49, 52-49. Knights. Here comes the Indians.
Preston continuing to shoot well from the line here.
They're going to need every one of them. Nice crossover move by Roby all the way in. Lays it up for 2. He just left them standing as he went crossover right down into the lane. Laid it up.
And the clock is, for some reason, not running. And the officials haven't spotted it.
There it goes. Casey Murray, a long 3, no good. Coomer attacks. Here they come, down the floor. Hard shot up. They're going to get a blocking foul on Brandon Black. His third personal. Now we've got 3 with 3 personal fouls heading into the fourth period.
Some concern for Preston there.
Roby makes the first. Makes it a tie contest at the 1:06 mark here in the third period. They've clawed their way back in this game with heavy pressure. Now they're up 1. Into Murray. Murray looks down low, trying to find Lively. Gets it to Vero. Out to Ringer. Ringer finds Lively underneath. He's going to lay it up. Oh, off the back iron. But he gets fouled and will go to the line. Personal foul on Hunter Haddix, and I believe that's his third.
Drew the contact with 56 seconds left on the big clock.
But he misses the front end of 2. He can tie it up. Makes the second. Tie ball game. Roby with the ball out front. Coomer looks to shoot. Nothing there. Roby's going to take a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Here comes Casey Murray. He's working hard down into the paint. He's going to lay it off the glass. No good. No foul. But we pick up a foul on Spencer Lively. All the way to the paint, Casey Murray gets hammered as he puts the ball up on the glass. No call was made. But they catch it. But they catch Spencer Lively on a reach. 42 seconds remaining in the quarter, and Roby will go to the line.
First opportunity for the Indians to take the lead here in the second half.
That's 9 points for Roby, most of them coming here in the second half. So he stepped up his game. Misses the second. Should have had an over the back call, didn't get it. Ball out to the Knights.
Full court pressure.
They get it into Casey Murray. Murray to Brandon Black. Coomer working on him. Set a high ball screen. Black takes it offhand to Vero. Vero lays it up good.
And that's another nice, strong move. The assist for Black and the ball into Vero. And he goes right to the rim with it.
Knights up 55-54. 9 seconds in the quarter. Roby with it. They get it down low. Tries a reverse layup. He gets it blocked. Matt Vero says, no way you're putting that up against me. Out of bounds to the Knights.
And this is going to be a pitch and catch type of affair with 0.3 of a second on the clock. And Preston's going to elect to just ice it right there. And the Knights back into the lead, 55-54 by the slimmest of margins here as we come to the end of 3. One more quick break, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action. Folks, we hope you're enjoying this telecast of Preston Knight varsity basketball here on Cable Channel 7. We'll be back right after this. We are back in the castle. The horn sounds. We're getting set for fourth quarter play. And folks, if you came out for this one, you saw a tremendous final regular season contest. I don't care how this turns out. The Castle Crazies are right. It's time to rock and roll here in the castle. And they've got Crazy Train on the boombox and some crazy action out on the floor as Preston and Bridgeport are just tearing up and down the court here tonight, trying to burn each other up.
This is what we thought it would be, a barn burner here in the castle. 6 minutes or 8 minutes to go to decide this contest. The Knights up 55-54. And they will have the ball and possession here in the final quarter. Inbounds to why am I doing that? Jared Ringer. Ringer brings it across the timeline, works down to Casey Murray. Jared Ringer out front. Back to Murray. Little cat and mouse game going on now. Nice ball screen by Murray. to Lively.
But the Indians doing a good job switching on those screens. Preston going to retain possession because the Indian player slid out of bounds with the ball in his lap.
He tried to call timeout and almost got it.
Yeah, the official right there said, nope, you were out of bounds before you asked for that.
Black guarded closely by Coomer, working around the ball screens. Back to Casey Murray. Murray's going to drive down against Greeley. Murray back out front with the ball. Black with it. Down into the paint. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. Personal foul on Nick Greeley, his second personal. And here we go. Back out front to Casey Murray on the inbounds. He's going to take it all the way into the hole, lays it up. And they call it on the floor.
Unbelievable.
Murray with a play, unbelievable, right down the paint, off the floor, lays it up for two, and they call it a foul on the floor and do not allow the basket. Murray will go to the line. Now they're trying to decide whether it's 1-and-1. They say no, they wave that off, so no points are going to come out of that. Knights will have the ball. That's the only good thing they can say about it.
6:52 on the fourth quarter clock. Preston still a 1 point, 55-54 advantage. No score here.
Great play to Lively. Lively misses the layup. A nice screen by Vero, got him free, and he misses it.
And 9 times out of 10, that ball goes in.
Brandon Black takes it all the way to the hole, lays it up and in for two.
Black stole that one and never broke stride.
Coomer out front for Bridgeport. Knights up 57-54. Over to Roby. Roby gets it in to Wilfong. A long shot outside. He buries it. That's Logan Smith with his second tray of this ball game. Big shot. Ties the ball game at 57. Ringer all the way into the hole, lays it up, no good. Vero fighting hard for it, and he'll be fouled. Matt Vero just went up and would not be denied that rebound. Brings it down, takes it right back up, and picks up a personal foul on the Indians. That foul goes against Wilfong. That's only his first personal. Vero to the line. Misses the first of two.
Just a little bit strong. That ball rims out and leaves Vero with one more attempt here.
Vero makes the second, puts the Knights up by one. 5:53 remaining in this quarter. Vero changes his shot. Ringer on a run out to Murray. Murray holds it up. Ringer will reset to Black. Black gets it in to Vero, and he's blocked. Nice backside help by Logan Smith as Matt Vero went in strong to the hole. And now we've got Greeley back into the offense. He takes the place of Hunter Haddix. They're looking for Ringer. Nothing there. Tried to get it into Lively. And now we got a scramble down on the floor.
Ball's tied up. That's going to belong to the Indians.
Just didn't get it in where they wanted it to, into the hands of Spencer Lively.
Good pressure by Bridgeport there on the inbounds. And now Coomer calling out the play as he comes over half court.
A well-played game by these two heavyweights. And we get a timeout, Bridgeport.
All right, timeout in the action here in the Castle, 58-57. And they are getting ready to get rowdy across the way. I'll tell you, Terry, it has been an absolute joy all season long to be here and watch this team, and I believe this particular group is just kind of special in the history of Preston Knight basketball. They have really excited the crowds here and on the road, and with few exceptions, just played some tremendous games and had some tremendous outstanding efforts all season long. What would this group have been like had they not had all the weather delays and cancellations and reschedules?
Yeah, and I hate that Spencer Murphy's injured right now. Now we have a tripping foul called against Bridgeport.
Yeah, Brandon Black went to the floor hard.
I believe they caught Greeley with a moving screen. That's his third personal. And they're going to bring him back out of the game. In place, Hunter Haddix will come back in. So Greeley will sit out at the 5:11 mark with 3 personal fouls. They're going to save him for later. I do not want him to pick up that 4th personal. Lively with the ball.
Ringer. He's circling, looking for a little help here. Now he's going to drive and lost the handle there as he tried to make a decision a little late.
And all the way down the other end, Wilfong lays it up for 2 for the Indians. They go up. Almost another turnover by the Knights. A little out of sync. Over to Ringer.
They've got to calm down here quickly.
Get it to Black. Black drives into the paint. Tried to go for the layup in between 2 Indians and does pick up the personal foul against one of the Indians.
He's going to draw that on, I believe, number 3, Logan Smith. And that'll be Smith's 2nd personal.
Puts Black to the line.
4:28 on the 4th quarter clock here as Brandon comes up and knocks that one down.
Ties up the score at 59. And puts the Knights up 1. But now here comes Coomer. They do not waste any time. Ball out of bounds to the Knights. They try to lob play down in low to Wilfong, and a good defensive play by Murray allows the ball to trickle out of bounds.
Yeah, he got Wilfong off balance there, and he went to the floor and just released the ball and let it roll out.
Black has Coomer all over him. This is a great matchup guard-wise. Murray trying to set a ball screen high. Richie Ringer has a shot from the outside, misses the 3. Ball comes back in, and we get a blocking foul as Matt Vero backed it into the paint. That's going to go against Haddix. That's going to be his 4th personal.
Preston up by just 1 as Vero steps to the line. And a lot of basketball yet to be played with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock.
Coach Sanders talking to both of his guards, Jared Ringer and Brandon Black, setting up the next 3 minutes of this ball game, how he wants it to run down. Vero misses the front of 2. Foul shot's very critical down the stretch with only a 1-point lead. Misses both. Here come the Indians. They do not waste any time into the front court. Smith with another long 3, no good. Left-hander misses it. Ringer crashes to the floor out of bounds. Here comes the ball to Brandon Black. He's going to let it go. Misses that shot. A cleanup by Matt Vero. Up and in for 2. Give Matt Vero cleanup duty, and he'll take it every time.
I'll tell you what, Vero quickly becoming the dominant force inside here and one of the preeminent big men in the Big Ten here.
They work around the ball screen, kick it out front. Roby with it. He drives down, tries to find a man down in the paint. They get it to Wilfong, and he's fouled. Personal foul on Matt Vero, and that's his 4th personal. So now Haddix and Vero for the Knights in foul trouble. Haddix for Bridgeport in foul trouble. Wilfong makes the front end.
And right now I'd say the Indians are shooting free throws just a tad better than the Knights.
Haddix 6 for 6 on the night so far. Misses the second. We jinxed him.
And it's Vero across the lane with the big rebound here. Gives it to Lively.
Lively drives the ball all the way down in the paint. Tries to put it up. He's blocked by Greeley. And then we get a steal almost by Casey Murray down on the far end, but Coomer somehow comes away with the ball.
Yeah, Murray had that ball loose, but there were too many red uniforms around him, and he didn't have any help.
2:40 remaining. Into Greeley. Greeley to Roby. Roby looks down. He finds Greeley. He drives down in the paint. Nothing doing. Vero stood his ground. Could have picked up his 5th personal. Nice job by Matt Vero, and we're going to have a timeout, Knights.
Preston with 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go and a 2-point lead right here. Definitely have to have some points here on this possession if they want to try to get any measure of control.
Perfect music. The Rocky theme. 2 heavyweights battling it out with 2:25 remaining.
Blow for blow out here on the hardwood, and neither one of these teams, win or lose, going to have anything to hang their heads about tonight. They're leaving it all out here on the court. Seniors, juniors, no matter who. And we're just glad we get to be courtside here in the Castle and witness it and bring you these delayed telecasts. But right here, you look down the Preston bench at the intensity. And these players ready to get out here and get it done one more time. Knights will face stiff pressure on the inbound here as the Indians want to try to keep the ball on their end of the floor. Preston has the possession arrow in their favor right now, and the ball in the hands of Brandon Black.
Looking for a call underneath. Official took his time and finally gives the ball back out to the Knights. I almost lost the handle on it down there. Oh, they had Murray wide open, missed him, out to Vero, and we get a timeout by Coach Sanders. He didn't like that play at all. Very upset.
Well, he's upset because the Knights had the perfect inbound right there to Murray for an easy basket, and they just didn't recognize it. He wanted the recognition factor, and he's trying to get these guys focused and get them to finish strong here. 2 games in 2 days against 2 very, very different but very, very good opponents, and both of them very, very quick up and down the floor. The Knights been doing a lot of running here in the last 48 hours, Terry.
Yeah, they had a tough game last night down in Shinston and came away with that win. And right back against the #1 team in AA. You got your work cut out for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't care how many A's you hang up there on the wall. The Bridgeport Indians come to play, and I don't think there's a team in the state that they don't match up well against in one fashion or another. We'd be in serious trouble if Bonamico was not ill, and I think everybody in the castle knows that right now.
All right, the Knights will inbounds on the side. They get it into Brandon Black. 2 minutes, 7 seconds remaining. Greeley or Coomer all over Black. Lively with the ball. He takes it down towards the paint. He spins out, and they set it back up. Vero to Black. He's going to take it to the hole. Up and in for 2. Big drive by Brandon Black all the way to the hole and lays it in. And we'll go to the line for the 1.
That quick first step of Black is deadly, but he did a good job keeping his body turned to shield the ball there and not get a chance to have it knocked loose.
And makes
3 the old-fashioned way.
65-60 Knights with 1:50 on a turning clock. And a steal by Casey Murray. Roby lost the handle on it down there. Now they got a trap on Murray on the far side. And we get a timeout by Coach Sanders.
Yeah, Barry Sanders alertly calling that on the near side here, and he had to scream to get the officials' attention as that play was all the way across court, and all their attention was focused on that. But the Indians doing a tremendous job trapping Murray on the far sideline there, and turnabout, Murray doing a great job not allowing the ball to be tied up there while he was in that box.
Oh, I love these kind of games, Steve. This brings everything out that you want to see in a basketball game right now. The number 1 AA team in the state down on the ropes, 65-60 to our Knights, 1:38 remaining. You know they're going to have to start fouling. They're going to have to put our guys to the line. So it's going to come down to free throw shootings here real fast, and the Knights have got to make those.
And they've watched as Preston's Matt Vero has played a tremendous game everywhere, had a little bit of trouble at the line here tonight. So if the ball goes into Vero, look for them to hack him hard and try to take advantage of that.
Playing with 4 personal fouls again in this second half, and he's staying in the game when we need him the most.
Yeah, minute 38 to go here.
Get it into Vero. Vero drives the paint, looks for Lively. Lively underneath, lays it up, good! Oh, they're going to wave it off. They call a travel on Spencer Lively.
Oh, unbelievable. Lively with a look of utter amazement on his face. And I can't even begin to describe the dance that Coach Barry Sanders is doing.
Just a little stutter step underneath, and I can see it. They don't normally call it, but they called it that time. 1:33.
Well, Coomer racing back up court here, calling for the ball, wants the shot.
And he misses a 3. They had a hold of Vero underneath. A scramble for the ball. They had Vero by the arm, and they call a tie-up. One of the Indians actually had Matt Vero by one arm, and he was trying to fight him off.
Vero had the ball with the other arm locked in and refused to give any ground there.
But possession arrow to the Knights, 125. And they get the ball into. They get the ball into Lively, and they pick up a personal foul away from the ball on Chase Roby. And that's going to put Jared Ringer to the line.
J-Rod Ringer is going to the line. 65-60, 123 on the clock, and that's not the guy the Indians want to foul in that situation, but good for Preston.
Jared walks up. A lot of discussion with that official on why he called that.
Coomer picks up just his second foul, and he's out there contesting it with the official.
Now they're not sure who they called it on.
Well, the official's coming over here, and to his credit, he's telling the coach, Coomer's right, coach. And Coomer had a big grin on his face all throughout the discussion.
And they put Brandon Black to the line.
Coomer said, I didn't foul that guy. I fouled the other guy.
He probably wished he would have fouled the other guy. 66-60 Knights.
Big one here.
Knights up 7. 123. Back comes Roby. Out to Smith. Lets it go. Long range. Boom!
And, of course, the immediate timeout. So they'll be able to set up good pressure here against our Preston Knights. 1:15 on the clock. And now it becomes a chess match and a battle of wills here. Coach Sanders is going to want to spread the floor out here, get the ball in, break the press, and try to run some clock.
I'm impressed with Logan Smith. He just walked off the bench, that big, tall left-hander, and lets it fly for 3 and drills it.
Coach said, go get me a 3. He went and got him a 3. He
sure
just walked out there and drained it.
Once again, a battle of the heavyweights here at the Castle.
You don't want to be the team that draws the Bridgeport Indians in the first round or the second round or, frankly, any round of the postseason. And you don't really want to be the team that draws the Preston Knights. I think the seeding process is what it is, and the records are what they are. But both of these teams peaking right now, pointed toward postseason play.
They got James Harris in the game for Preston, all over Casey Murray, and they beat each other in the face down there. Harris smacks Wilfong right in the mouth, trying to pick up that quick foul to not let any time go off the clock.
And they've about a second got off.
And that puts Murray to the line. We said it before, it's going to come down to the free throw shooting of the Knights here in the last minute and 14 seconds. Murray makes the first of 2. Big shot by Casey Murray.
That gets it back to a 5-point advantage.
Misses the second. 68-63. Here comes Bridgeport. And a quick foul on Matt Vero, and that's going to put him out of the ball game.
And, you know, before that ball came in down inside there and Vero gave the foul, Logan Smith had it out here. And the little dance he did was far beyond the scope of anything that, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, if you're going to call the misstep down here on Spencer Lively a few plays back, a few possessions back, I don't understand how Logan Smith goes out there and does that little dance and gets the entry pass away.
That puts Roby to the line. Important free throw coming. Makes the first. 68-64. A lot of time left. 1 minute, 7 seconds.
Yeah, he can get it to a one-possession contest here
and now
with his free throw.
Now we're without Matt Vero. Makes them both. And they're going to foul Jared Ringer. With only a minute, 5 seconds, didn't seem like anything came off the clock.
Yeah, I know it's getting cold out tonight. It must be real cold up there on the wall because the clock's running slow. It's frozen.
Jared Ringer to the line. Important free throws coming for the Knights. Misses the first. That was a big free throw. You still need this second one to make it a 2-possession game. Now we're talking about who had the foul again. More discussion over at the.
That Coach Barry Sanders berating the officials.
Now the Indians coach in the game. A battle of the coaches
well,
now.
It's nothing if not entertaining. When we said this was going to be a chess match, you know, we include those guys in it.
Anyways, Jared Ringer to the line. I might have iced him when we didn't need it. He needs to make this second free throw to get it to a 2-possession game with 1:05 seconds.
Yeah, he's looking over at the discussion by the two coaches going, yeah, no pressure, guys. Could we please get this going?
Makes the second, makes it a 2-possession game.
That's a huge free throw right there.
Roby into the front court. He's going to fire up a 3 off the back iron, over the back. Spencer Lively comes down with the rebound, and Wilfong has to foul.
And we'll walk down to the other end once again. And officials will have another nice little discussion. We'll shoot a couple free throws.
Personal foul on John Wilfong. That's his third. Lively to the line.
Oh, in and rattles back out. And this is just the nightmare that Preston wanted to avoid.
They've been shooting so well from the free throw line in this game, and then down when it's under pressure, they miss 2 shots. Plenty of time for the Indians to tie this game up. Smith with it out front. To Roby. To Wilfong. He spins down in the paint. Lively there to block it. Comes down with the rebound.
Yeah,
and another foul on Wilfong.
Yeah, Wilfong with good extension there, but couldn't quite finish at the rim. Lively takes the ball, and Wilfong, trying to tie him up, fouls him instead. Clock down to 36, and we've got another timeout now, taken by the Bridgeport Indians as they want to talk things over here. 69-65. Preston dodges a big bullet right there on that possession. Going to have an opportunity to go down, shoot fouls again. I'm looking down the wayside. Assistant or co-athletic director Bruce Huggins got about 600 middle school wrestlers, and I'm not kidding about that number. He told me 600 middle school wrestlers coming into Preston High tomorrow for the middle school state wrestling championships. He's got to get this venue ready for that. He's saying, could we please finish the game sometime today, gentlemen?
Oh, boy.
He's going to be out here at 5 o'clock in the morning meeting and greeting people who haven't even had breakfast yet, but they're ready to roll on the floor.
Castle Crazies waiting for the last 36 seconds to come off the clock in this pressure game. Spencer Lively steps to the line. 2 free throws right here can pretty much,
well,
not necessarily,
pretty much guarantee us that the Indians are going to come down and try to chuck a 3 and then foul someone real quick. Oh, and the shooting woes continue for Spencer. And he's beside himself.
It's still a 2-possession game, and it will remain a 2-possession game with that shot. 2 threes ties it back up. Here we go. Roby down to the front court. They get it to Coomer. Back to Smith, and he's fouled, taking a 3-point shot. Brandon Black makes a critical foul.
Well, and Black's protest was, I blocked the ball. And I'm not sure that he didn't get a piece of it because it came up way, way short.
But it puts Smith to the line.
Yeah, nonetheless. And he picks up number 4.
And Smith will have 3 attempts.
Good with the first.
So he can make it a one-possession game, just what we did want to see. But he misses the second. That helps out.
70-66. He's got one more coming. Still can make it a one-possession game here.
And he does.
And the immediate timeout by Bridgeport again.
Smith comes out, and they bring James Harris in for his defense. He's really quick. We saw him in the JV game. He can motor. Gets it to Black. Black behind his back, loses it. Wilfong lays it in for two. And we got a timeout by Bridgeport. 1 point game, 70-69.
Yeah, 25 seconds, and their pressure just destroyed the Knights having any opportunity to advance the ball right there when Brandon Black tried to make a move that he's made 1,000 times, and they were ready and waiting for him, and just too quick.
Bridgeport trying to steal a victory here in the last 25 seconds of this game.
Well, they've quieted the home crowd for the moment here, but it's going to get real loud real quick when we come out of this timeout, as Preston gave them a shot right there to get back in this. 70-69, a 1 point game. Got to find a way to get this inbound.
We got to make our foul shots.
Value possession of the ball and make free throws. Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's only going to be a one possession game. If they foul right now and we go to the line and make two, they still got a chance to come down and tie it up with time running off the clock. If we miss,
well, then Katie bar the door. It's going to get really wild. All right, they get the ball into Black, and
trapped.
He turns, and Brandon's getting a little frustrated with the chippiness of the fouls here, and he's got to just.
And that's going to be Wilfong. If they get it on him, that should be his fifth personal.
Well, they've got that foul on Wilfong, but they say that's number 4. We had him with 4.
I had him with 4 then.
Official scorer has Wilfong with 4 now. 70-69, and Brandon Black takes a breath and steps to the line.
Misses.
Oh.
He has not missed tonight, and he misses. Lansbury in the game for the Knights. Black can make it a 2 point game. Makes the second 2 point game in favor of the Knights, 71-69. Do not let Coomer take a 3 with time running out.
Coomer's looking for some help here.
There it is. They trap him out front. He doesn't get it. Roby with the ball. He's going to drive to the paint. Throws it up. No good. C.J. Lansbury with the rebound. Big rebound by that young man. With 3.3 seconds, the Knights up 71-69. And Lansbury will go to the line for the Preston Knights.
And how big is that? C.J. Lansbury, the senior, coming in off the bench. Crucial moments of this, closing moments of this contest. Lansbury with a huge rebound. And now the pressure on his shoulders here, because 3.3 is plenty of time to get that ball down court. So Lansbury needs both of these.
A lot of pressure on CJ. He's trying to work off the nerves at the foul line. The Castle Crazies are behind him. First one's up. Good. Big free throw by CJ.
Lansbury lets out 2 lungfuls of air there that he was holding.
72-69. Second one up, no good, off the backboard, and a quick timeout by the Indians. Still 2.6 seconds remaining in this game.
Lansbury guarantees that they can do no more than tie it with a made shot. But I'll guarantee you the Knights are going to talk about this over in the huddle. No matter who shoots that ball, where he's at on the floor, do not foul.
Coach Sanders walking and talking. Do not foul them behind the three-point arc.
That was a little sign language there. I like how you read that. That was good.
Well, we've been around Coach a long time.
After 16 years, we're beginning to understand the man a little bit. I'm afraid of that.
Castle Crazy's into it.
Oh, yeah. They want to see a victory here tonight in the final regular season home stand. And the Knights doing everything they can to bring it against one of the best teams in the state. 2.6 seconds away from victory. And you got to believe that the Indians will try to get a long inbounds here if they can.
It's going to be a throw in and a quick shot.
They'll send Logan Smith down to inbound it.
They're looking for Coomer. Coomer, they throw it down deep. Brandon Black tips it. Time running off the clock. It's over. It's over. The Preston Knights have defeated the North.